Yep. Good evening, everyone. So you joined that group. I posted the lab group. Huh? I posted the lab group for posting your examples, exercises. Huh? In the classroom group itself, I posted the lab group. Have you tried yesterday's tasks? You joined into this lab group? Yeah. So in this, some sample queries, tasks, we will try them here. Huh? People submitted. Okay, I will check the others also. Able to design that query? Huh? Okay. So we discussed about the query of how to write statements in stored procedures, variables and all. We learned about that. Next important, after understanding that, we have another concept we need to know about SQL joins. Means how do we use the basic of joins? How to create the joins. So in SQL, the concept of join is nothing but it is like comparison of two tables. Comparing the data from two tables, join two tables, compare two or more tables. You can join and compare multiple tables for comparing the data. Joins will show what is different, what is common in the tables. So usually the purpose of join is joins join allows to compare data in multiple tables. Allows to compare data in multiple tables. So you can query and join data from multiple tables. You can query and join data from multiple tables so that you can view difference between data in tables. That's the point actually. So join allows to compare the data in multiple tables. You can query and join data from multiple tables so that you can view difference between data in tables. Actually, there are several joins. How do we configure that? So joins are categorized into following types. So we have inner join, so outer join, so cross join. So and we have left and right joins. So inner left join, outer join is not there. Sorry, you can remove that. Only inner join, cross join, left right join are majorly practice. The majorly practiced ones. So actually what they do is here join comprises of left and right tables. It contains left and right tables with the fields from both tables queried using a condition. Querying using a condition. So condition is defined by using on keyword. We have to use on keyword for that. Syntactically, we have select from here fields. From both tables, we have to define. Select fields from both tables. Select fields from both tables. From table left, we have to use join table right. Join table right. On a condition, we have to define condition. Table left, join table right, and a condition. For this, actually, data also required in reasonable way. Data also must be similar, means reasonable. Then you can compare both of them. So here we are having the table joins actually. We need to maintain table in that way. Let's create MySQL. So data also reasonably we need for that. So let's create some tables. I'll close all these queries. Okay. Now we are having some tables. TBL vendors is there already. I will delete it. Drop table. I'm not using any queries every day because already you know queries how to create tables and all. To make the work fast, I will use shortcut for creating tables. So you can write the commands and do. Let's create one table, TBL vendors. So this is, you say here, TBL all vendors. Yeah, all vendors. We'll just give a name all vendors. All vendors is one table we have. So I am just having all vendors, one table we are creating. So what are the fields for this? All vendors, a complete list of vendors we are having. So vendor ID. So this is integer, and auto increment also we will give, right. So this is vendor name, it's varchar, fine. So vendor ID and vendor name, two options are there. Let's insert. This is one table. All vendors is one table. It is having some vendor ID, vendor name. And in this, we will put vendor name is suppose some Samsung is the vendor and Reliance is the vendor. So auto increment will put already, and third some Bajaj is vendor, and four some Sony is vendor. Like this we are giving some vendor name. So different vendors we are giving. Suppose some global electronics, something like this. We are just giving some names, or simply say another vendor is Pi. Okay. We will save this. We have different vendors, Samsung, Reliance, Bajaj, Sony, and all this. Apply. Actually, these are the people who supply some products. Usually companies, what they have is, means I told you ERP. ERP means already I explained the backend business, how happens for Amazon. We discussed about ERP, how it works, how Amazon works, I explained. In that they have a complete list of vendors who supply different products related to different categories. Now in every city, those vendors may be there. So in some cities, they are not available. For example, so I am writing here another table. We have a separate table. So we are creating a table. This is some Hyderabad vendors. That is a table. In this all vendors, Hyderabad vendors. In Hyderabad vendors, same data we will keep. So here we have, this is Hyderabad vendor have an vendor ID. So this is vendor ID again. This is what? Integer, auto increment, fine. This is also vendor name. Vendor name. That means all vendors are in one place. Every city vendors are different. Every city vendors are different. Now in this vendor name and vendor ID, and I will create a table. vendor ID, vendor name in Hyderabad vendors, and we will add some data. In this Hyderabad vendors list, we have 1, Reliance is there, 2, some Bajaj is there, and 3, some Sony is there. Only 3 vendors are there in Hyderabad. Actually, their vendors are so many. Out of them, 3 are in Hyderabad. That means in every city, it's not necessary that every vendor is available. So I already showed you yesterday one example. So if vendor is in the same city, then what they do, they say that delivery in one day, same day. If it is in nearby city, then we will say that one day. Little far, then they say that 2 days. How you check whether that vendor is in that particular city or not? They know that the vendor is having a contract. That means suppose Samsung vendor will supply the product, but Samsung vendor is there in other cities, but in Hyderabad he is not there. How they check? Out of all the vendors, which vendor is available in Hyderabad, which one is not? How they compare these two? That means we need to join 2 tables for comparison. What are those? All vendors. Another one is Hyderabad vendors. We need to check who is there. Right? Usually what we do is for this, we are adding one query. So select the field names. What we want is the vendor ID and the vendor name from all vendors we want, or we will just keep. So all vendors, that is the table name. All vendors dot, because both have same fields. So all vendors dot what? We have vendor ID. So you select vendor ID from all vendors, and from all vendors, so you select vendor name. Next, what I need to select? So vendor ID from which one? Hyderabad vendors dot what? Vendor ID, and Hyderabad vendors dot vendor name. I need to select all these. So here there may be so many fields also. Here I am using these. I want vendor ID, vendor name from this all vendors and Hyderabad vendors. And what is the condition you are looking for? So you are selecting them. After selecting the fields, we have to define from parent table. That means we need to use, what is it? From. Parent table is what? All vendors. That is the main table. So after that, what we are doing? Join with the table. That means we are using inner join. Inner join with which table? Hyderabad vendors. Join vendors on. What is the condition? Get who is matching. That means who are matching. That means vendor name. Their IDs are different. In different city, vendor ID is different, but vendor name is same. So what we have to do on? So all vendors dot, what is the field name? Vendor name is equal to Hyderabad vendors dot what? Vendor name. We need to select that. That means we need to join both the tables and compare both the tables. And what is the condition for finding is the same name vendors are there in both tables. You can compare different city tables. Suppose Bangalore vendor, Hyderabad vendor, Delhi vendor. In all these, who is common? Who is available everywhere? Who is not? We can compare multiple. So now what happens here? It is joining and comparing, and you can see it shows the details of the people who are available. That means this is vendor ID, vendor name. This is 2, 3, 4 in Reliance, Bajaj, Sony. And this is from vendor ID and vendor name. This is from right table. That means Reliance is present, but his vendor ID in Hyderabad is 1. That means what we can do, suppose here I am using select vendor ID, all vendor ID. Suppose this is as vendor name as, where is vendor name as, this is all vendors, all vendors. Suppose I execute this query, then it will say it is all vendors here. What is the vendor? This is what? Hyderabad vendor. Yeah. Here we need to define as. So vendor name as Hyderabad vendor. I'm just giving reasonably names as Hyderabad vendor. So let's put this initially. And you see in all vendors, Reliance, Bajaj, Sony are there. In Hyderabad vendor, Reliance, Bajaj, Sony are there, but their IDs are different. What inner join will do? Inner join is going to combine both and it will show all matching records only. It will ignore the records that are not matching. It will skip all the records that are not matching. It will show only the records that are matching. That means you are comparing two tables. You can compare two or more tables. You can use end-end combination while comparing. So you can get the data. So what inner join is going to do? So here, what inner join can do? Here one more point I will give. You can use as for aliasing the fields. You can use as for aliasing the fields while querying data from different tables. While querying data from different tables, we can do that. Aliasing the fields while querying data from different tables. So here, so example is this one. That is the first point here. So first what you do is create tables. What are the tables? All vendors. So we have vendor ID, primary key, vendor name. We have Hyderabad vendors, vendor ID and vendor name. Because tables also important. If you don't prepare proper tables, you can't see the result properly. So all vendors table data have some one. Sony, some 4, Samsung, 5 some pi, something like this. And this is like Hyderabad vendors table data have these details. Two some Sony and three Reliance. So like this we are having. So whatever data you may have, now who are the vendors common in both? We need to compare. For that, what we have to do, create a inner join. So create inner join. Inner join. Actually, it compares multiple tables and returns only the matching records. It compares multiple tables and returns only the matching records. So the matching records, it will display. So it ignores all the other records that are not matching with the given condition. Right? So condition is defined by using on. And this is the example query. So that is the example query. So I'll give here select. So as from and inner join on. The condition is this. Just for clarity's sake, I'm separating all this. The table name is mandatory here to mention because you are combining data from multiple tables. You need to mention from which table, which field you are accessing. Right. So inner join will use? Already I explained the scenario. Scenario only I am explaining. I don't know what scenario you want more. So is this Shravani? This is the scenario only I explaining. What else scenario you want? What is the scenario here? Scenario is a company have a contract to supply products from various vendors. All the vendors they have contract, they will have in one place. In every city, different vendor will supply. And they are comparing in which city, which vendor is available. Right? That we are doing by using what? Join. And that is the scenario. Okay. This is a shopping vendors e-commerce scenario. Okay. So in shopping, usually you have different suppliers who supply the product. Vendors means suppliers. And company have a contract with so many suppliers, but all suppliers are not available in all cities. Then what they will do, whenever a product is selected by any person, they will check whether that supplier is available in that city, in who is available in their vendors list, who are there and who is in that city. They will compare. How to compare? This is how they have to compare, by using what? Inner join. Inner join. So you have so many other options now. What is that? Left join, right join, cross join, like that. Same concept actually. So simple here. I will change here from inner join to, so that is left join. I am changing left join. Left join means left table. Left table is the parent table. Parent table is what? All vendors. And right table. Right table is what? So Hyderabad vendors. Now what left join will do? If anything is not found, matching is not found, you see it returns null. It returns null. That means what left join will do? It will return all fields in the parent table. All fields in the parent table. In the child table, mean comparing table, where is the data not available, who is not matching, there it will return what? Null. It will return null. That means it is going to get all the vendors of left table, and who is not there? Samsung is not there. It is empty. Null. So pi is not there. That is null. Right? That is left join. If I use right join, what it is going to do? It is going to display these data. Right join will match the records because right side is the parent now. That means what? Right side table is comparing with the left side table. How many are matching? It will get them and it will display. Right table is comparing with left. When right table is comparing with left, so right table is less than left na? Right table have less vendors than left. Then it is going to display. When you are using left join, who is missing in the right table? Their places will be null. But in right table, what we are having, suppose sometimes what happens in a Hyderabad, a new vendor may be there. That vendor may be in only Hyderabad. So in that case, left side it will show null. But it should not be like that in real business. All vendors means what? Every vendor name will be inside the table. Every vendor name will be inside the table. So here inner join and right join are not same. What it is doing? It is comparing the right table with the left. and it is showing who is matching. So actually in the right table, some extra anybody is there. Usually it should not be like that. If it is there, then let's add one data here. In Hyderabad vendors, I will add number 4. I'm adding some more. Suppose I defined some another one, chroma. I added this. Chroma is not in the all vendors list. It is available only in the Hyderabad vendors. Then I will apply this vendor. Okay. Now let's run the right join. When we run the right join, you can see chroma is in Hyderabad vendor. Left side it is null. That means in all vendors, it is still not updated. So what is left join? The left fields are compared with the right fields. If any matching value is not found in the right, there it will put as null. Now right will be compared with the left. And if any is not found in the left, then left will be null. Left will be null. So we have another one. What is it? We have another one. What is that? Cross join. What cross join is going to do? Cross join in both, if anything is not there, then it will return as what? Null. In both places it will return null. That means one is not present in the left table and another is not present in right table. So that means it will return both as null. That means left and right both as null. So cross joins will return both as null, but here it is not showing because what is happening here? Some vendors are in left, the same vendors are in right. In right, one extra vendor is there. That extra vendor, it will show when it is in right joins. In right joins, when it is there, it will show. Cross joins means both have completely different data. Both have completely different data. Then both places it will give as what? Null. That means now you create another table. In that table, put completely different vendors. Different vendors means one table different vendors, another table different vendors. Then what cross join is going to do? It is going to display both as null. Left side will be null, another one right. Right side will be null. Because right values are not in left, left values are not in right. Here we have both now. Left values are in right, right values are in left, only one is not there. If they are completely different, then what it will do? It will put both side nulls. So majority of the situations to find out who is matching, that is the main condition we use, who is matching. For that what we do, we use inner joins. Inner joins. So inner join is one of the major one we implement in majority places to get data and compare. Comparison means what? We are looking for matching ones. Then that is possible with the inner. So what is different type of joins related options? So here we have inner join. So it returns all matching records from both tables. Left join. So it returns all records of left table. Left table is parent. It returns all records of left table. And null in the right table when matching records not found. Okay, null in the right table. Null will be in the right table. It will get all the left table contents, compare with what? Right. So right join means it returns all records of what? Right table and null in the left table when matching records not found. Matching records not found. There is no outer join. I already explained joins are only inner join, cross join, left join and right join. There is no outer join. Okay. I think some people screen struck at some place. Huh? Outer join, you still struck at there. I removed it. Huh? So we have left join, right join, inner join and cross join. There is no outer join. So cross join, it returns null in both left and right tables when records mismatch. Here left and right, the parent and the child, so with whom you are comparing, that is. Right. So these are the options. Just you change these values. Same example you can try. Just what you have to do, change the join. You will see different kinds of data. That's the reason I given table also. Because your table is not reasonable, all will get null, null, null. Every time you will get null. You need to have the table also correctly, right? Yeah. So this is one option. You can try different other options also. For example, you say you take two tables like some hospital A, that is one table. Another one is hospital B. Two tables are there. Now in these two tables, we have doctors. Doctors. Doctors and what you do, you create a doctor name and give a specialization. Now in one hospital for same specialization, several doctors are there. There are several doctors for same specialization. And different specialization, different doctors. Now in hospital B, also what happens sometimes, these hospital A doctors, they service in hospital B also. But not all of them. Some of the people who are working in hospital A, they are also working in hospital B. Now what we want? We want to check who are those. Then how? We want to check for a particular specialization in both hospitals who is the doctor. Then what you can do? You can create a join. What that join will do, you can get by doctor name. That means it will compare both tables and will see who is the same doctor in both hospitals. It will return the same doctors available in both hospitals. That is an join, right? I showed you one shopping point, another one this. You can take anything. For example, you take project A, project B. In project A, some developers are working. Some of those developers are working in project B. Who are those? We want to compare and get them. How you will compare and get them? Joins. Understood? That means you compare and get them, right? So this is the basic of joins, how we can use inner join, outer join, left join and right and cross joins. This is the example of joins. How do we create the joins and configure them, right? So joins allows to compare the table and combine the data which is matching, right? That is the concept. Next important here is you compared them. If you want to keep the list safe, later you want to use that list, then what you you created a query, the result of query comes and you want to see them again later, then what you do? Because whatever result is coming now is not permanent. Whatever result it is showing here, it is not permanent. It is showing this result and it will be there till I am what I close the query windows are closed. In MySQL, I can save the query. In MySQL, we can save this query by a file name so that next time we can open and execute. I don't want like that. I want the result of query available so that just I use the result anytime I want. That means the people who are matching, I want these people details separately. Later, whenever I want, I can use them. So in that case, what we do? So in that case, we have to create views. So this is MySQL views. We have to create views. We have to create the views. So what is the concept of a view? So the concept of a view is like a virtual table. Virtual table. So usually in data manipulations, whatever queries you run, the result of those queries are not permanent. They show the result and they end. Once you close the query window, the results are gone. But I want to keep the result and I want to use it later in any location, anywhere we want to use it, then we can create as a view. So a view represents virtual data table. A view represents virtual data table. A view represents virtual data table. So you can query data from tables and save the result as a view so that you can individually handle the result whenever required. However, the data in view is connected with source tables. However, data in view is connected with source tables. So you can change the view, but cannot manipulate the data in view. You can change the view but cannot manipulate the data in view. What does it means? You can change the view means you can change the query. Changing view means changing the query of the view, but you cannot change the data inside it. Data inside means if I want to insert one record, you cannot insert in a view. You can insert only in a table. I want to modify one record. You cannot modify record in view. You can modify in a table, right? Then what I can change in view? I can change its query. So I created a view with one query. I can change its query and I can get a different data later, but I cannot modify the data directly. That means, so you can change only the query of view. You can change only the query of view. So we can change only the query of view, not the data. The query of view, not the data. That is views. So syntactically, what is the point here? Create view name as query. We have to define the query. Create view name as query. So here you have the views. You see already we have the views object here. I'm adding a view, create view. That means it is asking the view name as what is the your query. We can apply the query. Query is your select query because it is just only to create a virtual table. You cannot use any insert, update, delete queries. It is only the select queries. So the select query, you can use anything, whatever select operators you learned or the joins you learned, everything you can implement here, right? So directly we can do it. So create view name as, right? Let's add one query here. So create view name is, suppose the top rated products. Like this I am using top rated products as, that means top rated products as. I want the top rated products. Top rated products, simple query. What is it? Select star from what? TVL products where the rating is greater than some 4, greater than or equal to 4. Like this I'm giving. So I want only top rated products means 4 and above I want. I don't want all others. That means what it is going to do. So it creates a view by that name. And after creating the view, you can see the view is available here. Top rated products view is available. Now we can use that like a table. Use like a table. That means what is the query now? So what is the query? Select query. Select star from what is it? Top rated products. Use that top rated products. That means it will get the top rated products and show. That means the data is available here. Data is available here. So we are creating a view which contains the result of the query, and it is now permanent here. Permanent until you remove the view. Actually, in our applications, we can use this view directly. Instead of using a table, we can also use a view. That means we will not use tables directly, we can use the views. Generally, because these days we don't need to much depend on these views because we use APIs, API queries and all. If you already learned JavaScript and worked with some APIs, you know fake store APIs, right? Different types of APIs if you have learned working with those APIs. There, what they do, suppose I want all electronic products. I want all electronic products. They have a separate API route for it. What that route will do, when you request, it will query and get only the products that are matching with that particular category. That means, is it working on a table or a view? It is not working on a view actually. They are working on a table. Because on table itself, they run the query, get the data, and they can use it. If I use the views, then it is little better. Why? Because it will improve the performance of application. Why? From 1 million records to extract and find only what you are looking for, the query takes time. But already you generated it as a view, then view looks better because view is already having the filtered data. Directly filtering the data and fetching the data means when you execute the query, it is filtering now. I don't want like that. Already filtered and data is present, then use it. Right? If already it is filtered, you can directly use it. That means actually, so we can directly query. Suppose what we do, directly what we do is, we write the queries like this. Suppose anybody wants, you see fake store people. So this is the fake store API. Na? In the fake store API, you see here, we are having various requests. Actually, these people have products. I click on products, it will show all the products. Some 20 products data is present. If all the products are present, then you can see they have a separate jewelry. Then only jewelry products will come. If all products are present, then why you have again this subquery? Again, why we have subquery? Because I want only jewelry products. Then no need to filter in all products. It will take time. No? Right? Out of 100, you are filtering again when user requested. That will take time. If it is already filtered and as available, then use it. That will be more better, more lightweight. But sometimes what happens, we are not sure how user wants. We don't know how user query. Then what we do, we create the queries dynamically. Dynamically means what he is requesting, what condition he is requesting. According to that, we create a query and we will execute that queries. So this is okay if we are expecting a query in a same way. That means we know that people will search by category. Then we will create separate views for them and keep them. If we are not sure how people will search for them, that is very difficult. Then what we have to do? When they search, we have to collect the words. Based on the words, we need to filter the data, get the data and show. So you cannot have a view there. Why? Because we are not sure how you will search. When you will create view, when we exactly know that these are the conditions of searching, then we will create views, it will be fast. Otherwise, we cannot have a ready-made view because we don't know the data how he will search. That is one major drawback with SQL based databases. For this, we have a solution in non-SQL based databases. Do you have a solution for non-SQL based databases? That is what they call them as ad hoc querying, ad hoc queries, ad hoc querying. They call them as ad hoc querying. Ad hoc querying, later you will see that that is actually in MongoDB you will come across. MongoDB is a non-SQL database. It supports ad hoc queries. Ad hoc query means a query is dynamically created according to your request. They don't need ready-made. They don't need ready-made queries. A query is created according to your request. Why you need ad hoc queries means I will explain one business here. Suppose you know which one? Just Dial. Huh? Yeah. You know Just Dial website is there. This is the Just Dial official website. This is Just Dial website. You heard about it, huh? Just Dial. You know, Just Dial is an B2B also. It provides B2B business solutions and all actually. So it is a very big business platform actually. So these days we are not much using them because Google Maps is doing all the work for us. Earlier we used to use this very much. That means suppose I want a service center in my area. Then there is a Just Dial number. We call them. I want this number, this service. They will contact you. That means those service people, they send the message that this person is looking for you. And they will contact you. They will call you and they will contact you. They say that our center is here. You can come here or we will send some person. That's the business actually. Now the point is, you see here how many services they are having. See how many services they are having. So many services. Left side you have seen the categories, huh? Right? So many services and so many cities here. So many cities. In all cities, so many services. And remember, in every service again subcategory. Suppose I take to automobile. In automobile, you see when I go to automobile, again, new cars, sell cars, two-wheelers. If I say new cars, in new cars, again a category. And new cars, again category. New cars, what is the category? Category means, so based on fuel type, mileage, seating, all, everything. Hundreds of filters. Now tell me how many queries a database developer have to keep ready. More than 1,000 business, and actually their official homepage itself shows actually what they show. The official homepage says 4.7 crore business, 5.9 crore products and services. 4 crore businesses are listed in this website. All over India, everything is listed here. Now imagine what is the problem, what is the job of a database developer here. That means imagine how many queries a database developer have to keep ready, because for which business, who is looking, I don't know. That means you will search for what? Out of 4 crore business, you will search any business. So we don't know what you are searching for. That means how many queries? Obviously there must be queries ready in the background, because when you search, it has to get that, no? There must be queries ready. How many queries they need to keep ready? How many queries? It's very tough. These kind of applications are very tough for database. So because lot of queries we need to write for every reason, we don't know how they search, for which business they search. Now, do you know, for this kind of huge concepts, we have a concept called ad hoc querying. All technologies don't support that. Ad hoc querying is supported by only few. What is specialty is ad hoc querying is nothing but when a user is writing the query, when user is searching for something, a query is built by the tool in the background. That means it will not keep the queries ready. It will write the queries according to the search, and it will execute those queries and get the data and display. So, but what is the concept of view? Instead of doing that, keep all the filtered data ready. Whenever user is looking for that particular type of data, then just bring it and show. That makes little more easier in queries. So, but many softwares, means many databases which are non-relational, non-SQL based databases, they support ad hoc querying. Remember, database has a lot of concepts which is not, means your general lifetime is not enough to know about it. That means your general lifetime is not enough to know everything, because there are so many things involved in database. Actually, database supports ORM, object relational mapping here, OData. That is another concept actually. This is OData. This is OData. OData is very popular in designing such ad hoc queries. Ad hoc queries we can create by using this OData. Many people even never heard about these things, right? Many people even don't know about them, right? But these are general. In development also, even experienced people also, sometimes they never heard about them. They don't know about them. Even he is working in database also, some people are still not aware of them. What they are, what they do, how they are used, because they are not everywhere. They are used in different requirements. You see, it provides so many things. It provides actually to create ad hoc querying. These are very important. These are very important. So these not required for you actually. I'm just giving you some point. I'm explaining a business scenario. What is the purpose of a view? Right? What is the purpose of a view is keep all your queries ready, filtered with some data, filtering, sorting, searching, everything you can implement, create the queries ready. That means all top rated products you have in one place. All top rated products you have in one place. Suppose I want all electronic products with lowest price. Means I want all electronic products whose price is less than, suppose, some 5,000. Then how do you do that? Again, you can create a view. So what we have to do? So create a view, and not only that, you see, this is the join we used now. So how to make this as a view so that I can use later? That means common vendors I want. In all cities, common vendors I want. Then how do you create the view for this now? So what we have to do? Create view. I will give the view name as what? common vendors. Common vendors is the view name. As write the select query. The join we have created, like the select query. That means what it is going to do, it is going to execute. Or some problem is there? Duplicate vendor ID is there, where I repeated something. Inner join, I used some, I haven't changed anything. Duplicate column name. Where is the duplicate column name? So that is the query we are having, where the duplicate column name is there. Vendor ID. All of the table names we given. All vendors, vendor name. Same is there. Okay. Vendor name from this. Vendor name from this. Only vendor name I'm giving. Now it is fine. That is nothing but what happened is in both the tables we have a unique ID. Now when it is creating the same one table, that unique ID primary key we given, that means it is matching, because in the left table there is one and in right table also there is one. So we are ignoring that. What we are doing, we are removing the ID, so only names will come. Why? Because ID is given as primary key. When a new table is created, primary key cannot be same for both of them. So we will ignore that ID. That's enough. Right? Now you run this. Now when you run this, you can see, okay, this is common vendors. Now select the common vendors. How do you select the common vendors? Select star from where? Common vendors. Common vendors. That means it should get us that and display. All vendors who are there, Hyderabad vendors who are there. That means we can create a view and keep it ready so that we can directly query on this and we can access that. All the queries, whatever you learned, for every query you can create a view so that it will make the data access easy. It makes data access simple. Directly querying from table is a complex and lengthy process in reality. Then you can create the views. Example is this. One simple example is create view, view name. View name is what? Top rated products. So as what? The query. Select star from TBL products, where so rating is rating greater than or equal to 4. Another example, create view, common vendors. As we can use any join, inner join, cross join, like this we can use. But when you are using joins, make sure that you avoid primary keys. because if same primary key is found in both tables, it is unable to generate the view because it is creating a new view which can find all this. So you can access the view just like a table. That means select star from common vendors. So this is view name. Suppose I want all products in ascending order of their price. So same, you put all the query for that, select the data and store in a view. So how do you configure joins and the views? Now, one more concept you need to understand here. So we will see about how do we work with the triggers. Triggers that we will see in next session. Tomorrow we will do that. Okay. In tomorrow's session, we will discuss triggers and we will finish MySQL part. Then we will start with MongoDB, another database we are going to learn. Tomorrow we will start with MongoDB also. Triggers is a concept we will discuss, then we will start working on MongoDB. What is MongoDB, how to use, we'll learn about that, right? Tomorrow we'll continue, okay? Right. Yes, Tejaswini, what is your doubt?
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, morning we had this, like I had a doubt regarding that React JSON, sir.
Uh-huh.
That it didn't work, sir. It is the same, like it is installing only the node modules and package.
Then you have a problem in your create React app. What you do is uninstall create React app globally. I am sending you a command.
Okay, sir. I had
So
tried multiple times, but
uh,
it is
that is not problem in Node.js anymore then. Now you
okay.
have a
Okay, sir.
problem in your create React app. I am sending you some commands. See npm uninstall create React app. Yeah. I sent you a command. You have to run that command.
Yes, sir. Okay.
After that, now again npm install globally create React app.
Okay. Not in a particular drive, but we have to
Any
create.
location because I am
Okay.
giving G as global, na?
Yes, yes, sir.
So then it will work everywhere. First uninstall the existing create React app, then install again. Now create your React application. It will work now. Okay.
Okay, sir. Like the second command, what we are using, we can install in any of the location,
Any
right?
location. Both can be installed any location uninstall and
Okay.
any location install. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a small doubt in procedures.
Right.
Um, sir, let me share my screen once.
Yes. Yeah. You can share yours. Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm
Mm.
sharing.
Ah,
Is it visible, sir?
ah,
Sir, I have created this procedure.
ah.
Like how it needs to be executed, sir.
You haven't created a procedure. What you done? You created a delimiter. Where is the delimiter? You haven't created a procedure. You write a query. You need a delimiter, no, for that. This is not a procedure. Huh?
So for this, we need to write in.
Huh. Create delimiter. I given the syntax, na delimiter dollar.
That I had, yes, sir. That I had. What can I say? That I had used this here in create procedure,
But
create store procedure. Here
uh,
I had used this.
uh,
When I use a delimiter here, it is showing error.
you should not use delimiter. It will generate delimiter automatically.
Yes, yes, sir. It had generated. I had applied it and I had finished.
No,
I did
then
that.
it doesn't look like that. Na? Where is that? Right click on that get footwear.
Yes.
So alter procedure you use that alter procedure. Yeah, it's not created properly. That is altering the procedure. Run that in any query. Call procedure name in any query window. Call. Uh, it's working.
So for each and every procedure, we need to follow the same delimiter, the syntax.
Of course, you have to follow the same, right?
Okay. So this has to be called in some other window. Like,
You have to call the procedure, no?
okay, sir.
Then only it executes, huh?
Okay, sir.
And yeah.